Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Katie, of course, and today we are, ooh, those thighs need to, hold up. Today we are going to make our very own witch cloak. I am very excited about this. I've been putting it off because I know it's going to take a lot of work, but it's getting cold, and when I want to practice outside, I don't want to have to put on a coat or a jacket just because I'm super lazy. And I was like, why not just make a cloak? And I don't know, I feel like it'll help me feel more magical, more witchy. So I don't know, I'm excited about it. Buttercup's excited too. So I bought a pattern off of Etsy, and I have the instructions and the pattern printed out that I now have to put together like a big puzzle piece. So we're gonna do that. Before we start, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'd really appreciate it if you did. It'd make us very happy. Parts. So in this video, I'm going to show me putting the pattern together and also showing you the fabric I bought, well, fabrics, and the little cute closure I bought as well. And then in the next one, I will actually begin to sew, and then from there will be one or two more videos until we get the completed cloak. But yes, we're gonna take our time, we're gonna enjoy ourselves, and I am not that bright, so I'm probably gonna have to reread this like 20 million times before I actually feel confident in what I put together. So I have returned with the scissors. She just wants attention, but I am busy. No, it's dangerous. Dangerous. So we're gonna cut up everything, put everything together like a ginormous puzzle piece. So let's do it. Okay everyone, so change of plans. This video will now be a what not to do when sewing your own cloak. Now, the pattern part was very simple to me. Even though I am not that bright, I was able to put the pieces together, tape them, and it came out really well, surprisingly. I was kind of nervous about it. I think the only thing that helped was that the Etsy shop I purchased this from, the lady had like the numbers matching up, so I just made sure the numbers matched up. Yeah, this was one part I was kind of worried about, but I'm glad it didn't come out bad. It just took me a while. Because I wanted to make sure everything was perfectly lined up. Okay, now we're gonna do the hood. It's gonna look like this when I lay it out and tape it. So the hood was very simple to put together. It was only, I think, like 6 or 8 pieces of paper. And after doing the main part of the cloak, it was easy. I could figure it out. I had it. So this is where I messed up. All right, now let me explain. So my pea-sized brain could not fathom how to have the fabric laid out in a way where I could fold it, and when I cut it, I would have like a big folded panel. For this pattern, it required around 10 feet of fabric. It was a lot of fabric. Mind you, I'm only like 5'1", 5'2" on a good day. And it was just so much fabric, and I called a friend and everything because I could not figure out how to do it, because on the pattern it said for you to fold the fabric and then you cut out the little triangle looking piece like I am doing here, but you do it in a way that it would have, like when you unfold it, it would be one big flap. Y'all, like I said, my head could not wrap around how to do that with 10 feet with 10 feet worth of fabric. Oh my God, I cannot talk. I'm getting so frustrated just watching myself do this. Because of that, I ended up doing it, you guessed it, wrong. I was so confident, so cocky. I was like, okay, she says to fold the fabric. I'm pretty sure the panel is supposed to be a bit bigger, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Because how do I fold the fabric? I'm so dumb, I don't know how to fold fabric. So I did this is just one panel. It's not one big panel. It is one tiny triangle. I don't know why I thought that I was doing it correctly. Like, I am just so embarrassed. This took so much, like, it was so much harder to put this cloak together because I did it so wrong. I mean, luckily, I pushed through and did what I could to save the fabric so that way I could make a cloak, but I just made more work for myself. So this panel was already one that I cut out, and then I attached it to another piece of fabric and cut it out, like kind of did a tracing thing. So when I unattached the pins, I had two pieces. But the way that you're supposed to do it with the pattern is it's supposed to be one big piece. But instead I have two pieces because I couldn't figure out how to fold fabric because I'm so dumb. Put that thumb away. If it says to fold the fabric, please fold the fabric. Don't think that you could just do it. Like, look at this. Look at this mess. All the panels. So I was supposed to have 4 big panels, but ended up having 4 smaller size panels, which sucked. Here you can see me doing the hood. This was small enough for me to wrap my dumb head around. So I did figure out how to fold the fabric in a way to have like one big piece, like you're supposed to, Katie. So it's so funny because I was able to figure that out, how to fold the fabric properly for the hood, but I still messed up the hood. Like, you guys. Like, I'm the type of person where I need someone to show me, like hands-on learning. I cannot read stuff and figure it out. Like, I'm so dumb. I really think I'm doing something and I'm like, oh my God, I did it. Girl, that is what you were supposed to do from the very beginning with the panels. Like, look, I did it right with the outer part. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the purple is the lining of the cloak, and then the black is going to be on the outside. So I wanted, even though this is the first time I'm doing a big piece, because I've only done like little repairs and stuff, and like pillows, like small little projects, and this is the first big project I've ever done. I was like, why not make it easier for myself and do lining as well? Yes, so the black is going to be the outermost part of the cloak. And I was like, since I understood the hood better, let's do that first. So I did the hood. This is me sewing the hood together, which is completely wrong. Katie, why are you like this? Like, I don't know why I thought I was so smart, because I'm really, really not. I'm sorry, y'all. I think y'all can tell from the sound of my voice that I'm just like, ugh, and it's because of me. I frustrate myself. Because, girl, you are not supposed to be doing this. So you're supposed to lay out the hood, and I'll show you later how to properly do it. But I sewed together the purple, which is the lining. I sewed that together first, and then I sewed the black together. But the purple is supposed to be inside of the black. So yeah, I did it wrong. And I'm over here thinking I'm so smart, so brilliant. Yeah. I did it wrong. I'm supposed to have the black along with it. So I'm supposed to be sewing 4 fabrics together instead of 2, and then 2 again. And it'll make sense because I figure out near the end that I did it wrong, and I had to cut the stitches and sew it again. Like I said, this project was very frustrating for me, but like at the end of the day, I think I did the best that I could for someone as dumb as me. A dumb person was able to at least have it come out somewhat decent. So I have faith in y'all. Just that's why I still put this video out. Because even though I did it completely wrong, I was like, I know there has to be some other dummy like me who has good intentions, who just wants to try new things and make their own stuff. And they're just dumb like me. So here you go. And then I made it worse for myself because I was like, you know what? I'm a pro. I'm going to do the little zigzag stitch along the straight stitch. So that way my hood has better like integrity. Like it'll be harder to fall apart. And I was right. It was a lot harder to fall apart because since I didn't just leave it with the straight stitch, it's literally impossible for me just to remove the stitches and like save the fabric that I had already sewn. So I ended up having to like cut it out, which ended up wasting a lot of the fabric. And I had no more fabric because I did everything wrong. So yeah. Like I said, I had good intentions and I was so excited. Yeah, and here's me doing the outer part of the cloak, the outer part of the hood. And I was like, I got this. This is so simple. You dummy. I know I'm being hard on myself, y'all, and I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable, but I really am dumb. I mean, I'm super proud of myself and the fact that, like, I made something. Like, it's a very proud, big moment for me because I've never considered myself a creative person or an artistic or, like, I don't know how else to describe it, tactile maybe, like just someone who can do stuff with their hands. Like I'm usually the girl who likes to read books and do my makeup. Like I've never been able to do stuff like this before and I've always been interested in it. So even though I did it really wrong and it took me like 3 times longer to complete this cloak because I had done it so wrong and needed to come up with ways to fix it, I'm still proud of myself and I cannot wait to wear my cloak. And this is where I realized, oh no, you messed up, Katiana. You messed up, Katie. You messed up because I had to sew these panels together and they came out so ugly because, I mean, when you see clothes and stuff like that, like a coat or anything, it's not stitched this way. And for some reason, I thought this is how it's supposed to look. So now my cloak has a bunch of ugly, jagged lines. And luckily, because of the fabric I chose, it's hard to see, at least from far away. So, I mean, that's the silver lining there. But, yeah, do not sew the panels like this. Do not do that. Read the instructions that you bought from the Etsy shop because that's why you bought the damn pattern, because you don't know how to do it. I still didn't read it, y'all. So I cut out the panels wrong and then I sewed them together wrong. Yeah. But look at how cute. So the lining on the part that's supposed to be facing outside in the cloak has glitter on it, which is super duper cute. I got both the fabrics from I think it was Joann's Fabrics. Yes, I did. But yeah, so when I attach this, the black velvety part is going to be on the outside, and then the glitter should be facing the outside. So there were supposed to be two front panels and two back panels, but you know, while sewing this and realizing I did it wrong, I did end up doing an extra back panel. So I ended up having 3 back panels and 2 front panels. And luckily with that, I was able to make the cloak look a little bit more presentable, but it still wasn't wide enough. Okay, so here you can see the hood. So like I said, I had to cut along the stitches I made, and then I properly sewed the hood with like the 4 fabrics together. And I was so proud of myself because I was like, frick, like I gotta cut all this, do all that, but I was able to salvage it. I did it. I figured it out, and it's still big enough. But my dumb self, like I said, I can't wrap my head around things. It's too difficult for me when I'm reading something and not having someone explain it to me, because when I read it, I'm just like, what? So I did this part wrong. So you remember how I said the glitter part is supposed to be facing the outside in my cloak? Well, I did it wrong. The dull side without the glitter is facing the inside of the cloak, where no one's going to be able to see it. Yeah, no, I'm not very smart. So it is what it is. I knew if I cut it again, I would end up not having enough fabric for the hood. So like I said, it's staying like that. And now I finally was able to get to the part where I was sewing the, what part is this? Oh yeah, I was sewing the hood onto the cloak. So that's this part. But this took me maybe about 5 days to do, maybe. So yeah, like I said, a lot of hard work, but it actually still came out pretty decent. Like, look, I'm a witch. I'm so awkward. But like I said, here you can kind of see the lines that I'm talking about. Those are not supposed to be visible. I sewed this all wrong. And you can see what I mean by the cloak is not wide enough. It's supposed to cover my arms just a tad bit more. But because I cut the fabric wrong, it came out not as wide as it's supposed to be. So I constantly have to readjust it. But I got this adorable clasp off of Etsy as well. And yeah, you can just see how much I have to constantly readjust it. And the hood isn't even centered. You can see the center. It's so crooked, you guys. Oh my god. I just realized that line is supposed to go down the center to my head. See what happens when y'all don't read instructions and do stuff the way that you're supposed to. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I still love it. But yeah, I have to readjust the clasp to make sure it doesn't fall that much like it was in this video. But like I said, it came out decent. It came out okay. It's just not wide enough. Because it keeps falling off from my shoulders, and it's supposed to stay there. But yeah, I'm really excited to wear this cloak in winter. Because like I said, I sometimes go outside to practice, and I don't want to wear a coat. Don't ask me why. I don't make any sense. But yeah, you can definitely see the lines here. But it'll be so much fun to feel so witchy and powerful in my cloak. It's just going to help give my magic more meaning and power because I feel so powerful, so cool. Even though I did make this with a lot of frustration and did it the dumb way, this cloak does have a lot of good positive energy in it because, like I said, I'm proud of myself. I made this. Even though it's wrong, I created it. Look at how pretty that clasp is. Super cute. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video and my commentary. Like I said, it took me a long time, and then editing this took me a while because I didn't know how I was going to do this. But I'll see you all in next week's video. Bye.